this is Devlina welcoming you all to yet another Power Pack episode of our third video interview series, which is Marketing Today and Tomorrow, where we are going to have a conversation with some of the preeminent figures in the industry. And today, we're privileged enough to welcome Mr. Saravanan Raman, who is our esteemed guest for today, who is currently working as a Vice President of Marketing at MGM Healthcare. With over 29 years of industry experience, he has worked with organizations like Apollo Hospitals, MSD Pharmaceuticals, and currently at MGM Healthcare. He is specialized in P&L management, strategic management, operations management, and many more. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Saravanan.
Thank you, Devlina. Pleasure to be on the platform.
And we are elated to have you on board here with us, Mr. Saravanan. I'm just looking forward to, hear more conversation on marketing and branding and your experience on the show today.
Sure, absolutely.
And almost 30 years, almost 3 decades of experience in the business of advertising, marketing, branding, strategies. So our viewers would love to know about your journey and background. What are the changes and challenges been over the period of time, Mr. Saravanan?
So it has been a phenomenal journey of connecting with people in the last 3 decades. And connecting with people has always been my passion. And what I have seen in this journey of almost close to 30 years is the marketing evolving from a transactional mode of connecting with people to a transformational mode. I think today, with the influx of digital media and social media and the power of the digital media platforms, there's a lot that we are able to do in terms of reaching out to the people, connecting with them, and trying to understand their inherent needs and see how do we address those needs. Yeah. And coming from a healthcare background, we work with people. We don't deal with products, so we deal with human beings. And for us, when we deal with human beings, we are touching lives. So that matters a lot. And what you offer them in terms of services or products makes a lot of difference. And as long as you're adding value and trying to bring a change in their life for the better, I think from a strategy point of view, it doesn't help if you're not able to connect and establish that transformation in the lives of people.
Right. So it's a long journey. You have seen the trends and the culture has changed over the period of time. So what are the unexpected trends which has emerged during the pandemic time, which healthcare segment have witnessed? Because this is the segment which has worked tirelessly, like day and night, to serve the human beings, to serve the people. So what are the unexpected trends, marketing trends, which has witnessed?
No, I'm sure you and the viewers will agree that there has been an explosion of information during this pandemic. Not just information per se, but there has also been a lot of myths and lies that has been propagated on social media platforms.
Oh, yes.
So it has been a challenge to differentiate or to kind of separate out the truth from the propagated lies. And being in healthcare, it's been pertinent for us to give the right perspective or the right quality of information that the consumer wants. In many ways, the pandemic has kind of kept us grounded. It's like hitting the reset button in your lives, and I think we are approaching this explosion of information with that perspective, trying to kind of give the right nuances to the people so that they can take informed decisions. What the pandemic has also done is bring the focus on healthcare back to the limelight. To a large extent, I would say that preventive health has only been in a marginal outview of the consumer. But today, during the pandemic, the core focus is once again about the health of the individual. After all, it's a saying that goes true that health is wealth. Only if you are healthy that we can create a wealthy and a productive nation. And to that extent, I think it is important that all the consumers focus on the health. And I believe that the healthcare sector in particular has kind of been responsible in rising up to the challenge during this pandemic. We have touched a lot of people's lives, and that has given us a sense of hope and also the confidence to overcome the harsh realities posed by the pandemic. Yes, there have been difficulties, there have been problems, there have been concerns, but I think probably riding the first wave and the second wave, today we are more prepared and we are more guarded, and we know how to deal with the situation. There has been an awakening and an awareness among the consumer to participate in the movement as to ensure that the society moves forward in a healthy way. That would be my small take as far as the key learnings during this pandemic would be.
Super. So, as you just mentioned about the right information, right? I mean, we know that people have literally struggled just to get the right informations on time, and which the healthcare companies, the hospitals, they have they have worked tirelessly behind this to spread the right information. So how did you make sure that, I mean, the informations are going right to the people? Like, what are the ways you tried it internally, like to make sure that the informations are going in the right directions?
So when there was a lot of confusion and chaos and a lot of rumors that were spreading around, as healthcare providers, we took it as a responsibility on us to create awareness among public through various connect initiatives. It could be through local one-on-one or a small group interaction, through our social media platforms where we have Facebook live sessions where we talk about the myths and the debunk the kind of the false information. We also have awareness talks and the question and answer sessions wherein we try to tell what is the truth. So today, I think there has been a lot of initiatives from so many healthcare providers who have kind of helped in creating awareness and helped in making the consumer aware of what are the do's and don'ts, what are the precautions that one must take during this pandemic, and also specifically giving quality information. Like you saw during the pandemic that there was hoarding of oxygen, there was hoarding of drugs.
Right.
So as responsible healthcare providers, it was our pertinent duty to tell them not to panic. That was point number one. Secondly, we also told them, if you have a problem, if you have a concern, come to us. We are there to serve you. And at this juncture, I think I would like to recall the selfless sacrifices that has been made by the medical fraternity, the doctors, the nursing community who tirelessly worked during the pandemic to bring back that smile in that particular patient's lives. We have touched many lives, and as healthcare administrators, we took it upon as a calling in our own duty to kind of bring back that smile, help somebody who's in need, and to kind of ensure that they go back home well and healthy.
Right. That's a huge responsibility, and giving responsibility one thing and taking the responsibility is another thing, which has we have witnessed in the past 1.5 years, like how it has been. Mr. Saravanan, like you have a customers from various spectrum. So where do you see the maximum growth in the next 1 year here?
So in the next 1 year, we are specifically targeting the treatment seekers with quality clinical information, which will be driving the growth trajectory. I think the maximum growth will be seen in the core therapy areas, especially amongst the middle class. As today, you would probably agree with me that more and more people are actively seeking treatment options and healthcare interventions. Gone are those days when people try to postpone or keep healthcare as a kind of a last resort and come to the hospital only when they have exhausted all the options. Today, I think there has been a change in the consumer behavior. We are able to see that proactively more and more people are coming forward to kind of get their health status evaluated, to undergo preventive health checks, and to also kind of change and adapt to various lifestyle modifications. Another area which would significantly impact the growth trajectory are minimally invasive surgeries because of its short duration of stay, better clinical outcomes, and these will be the growth engines for driving the future growth.
Before that, let me take care of myself. So I think the complete mind shift has moved towards the wellness side here. Right?
Absolutely.
Super nice perspective, this one. So what are the brand mantras you worked by, Mr. Saravanan, and what has worked for you?
No, as a responsible healthcare brand, I think some of the mantras which are core to our brand ethos is building trust with all the stakeholders, coming out as being a responsible brand, and also being a brand which is empathetic and caring. As a brand, we always intend and we want to be perceived as a brand which is approachable, which is accessible, and which offers value for money, especially in touching patients' life and positively impacting their health outcomes.
It's more of a consumer's brand, connecting well with the consumer and what my consumer needs, we are there for that.
We are in an era where I think it is right to probably say that the patient will see you now. You can see a dramatic shift in the way that healthcare has transformed probably in the last 10 or 15 years. And today, the patient or the consumer is the decision maker. And we are there to serve them. We are there to help and to find solutions to their problems. So that's the paradigm change that we have seen in what the consumer wants.
Right. So complete positive shift in the perspective which has happened, and I see the growth is also going towards the very positive perspective as a whole, not only for the brands plus consumers as a whole. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. How does your marketing strategies changes when it comes to marketing strategy? How does it changes from tier 1 city to tier 2 cities and to tier 3 cities?
Yeah. For us in healthcare, the marketing strategies is always a combination of the clinical expertise of our clinical talent, the service differentiation that we can offer vis-a-vis the other healthcare brands, and optimization of cost. See, when you're able to offer the best-in-class clinical outcomes and you offer some level of service level differentiation at, say, optimal or a value for money proposition, I think you will have people who will be eager to seek treatment from you. In addition to that, as a super specialty or a multi-specialty hospital, I think our strategy depends on offering the bottom of the pyramid, the therapy areas in terms of solutions, and also some of the niche services that we offer.
Okay.
So the experience of one patient is always something which another patient will buy into. So we use our patient experience as told by them, and when it comes in a narrative and that is put across to the consumer in the respective geographies that they target, I mean, there's a better buy-in and there's a better acceptance of your brand, and that's how we are able to connect with those stakeholders in those respective geographies.
That's right. And I think story telling is a very right way to, to convey the appropriate message to the right people. They connect it, and the right stories are going from the right people who have got benefited. I think that is the best strategy so far for any marketing or anything. I mean, if you want to spread a word of mouth. So I see importance of storytelling is playing a key role here. Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Saravanan, when it comes to agency partners, your media agency partners or creative agency partners, so what are the 3 must-have qualities you look for any agencies to have?
I think it's a very, very important question, and we do work with a lot of agencies. And what we look for in an agency is an agency which understands your vision and walks along with you. We would always prefer the agency to work with you in a collaborative approach rather than a consultative approach. And importantly, to touch upon building narratives based on consumer behavior. Today, I think we might have different schools of thought as a healthcare provider. The agency probably comes with a different repertoire of experience and information. I think when you marry both together, we try to find suitable solutions or likable solutions, if I may put across, so that it could appeal to the consumer needs. So these are some of the three critical areas that we would look for when we partner with any brand or a creative or a digital marketing agency.
So it's moreover, there should not be a feeling of an external factor of any agency. There should be a factor of like, I mean, this is my vision, this is my thought process, and that's how we should, weave the company's vision to cater it to the consumer, to place it as in a presentable way to the consumer.
So the agencies are in a sense an extended partner or an extended team member of your organization. We don't look upon them as somebody external. We always try to think about them as our own team members and vice versa. Because unless that feeling of mutual connect is there, we will not be able to deliver what the patient or the consumer wants.
That's perfectly right. I mean, very right and valid point. What is your most preferred medium of marketing, and which one is the least preferred one for you?
All right. So in terms of a preferred medium of marketing, as we are in an age of digital era, I think digital marketing initiative is definitely a preferred mode of marketing. But coming from a healthcare background where we deal with human lives, I think another preferred mode of marketing for us is to establish B2B collaborative partnerships which drive mutual value creation among the stakeholders. Mm-hmm. We are not a product related company, or we are not an FMCG brand where you can advertise, talk about the brand features or the product features and expect the consumer to buy in. We are offering intangible solutions. So to that extent, I think it's important that we offer solutions to the treatment seekers, the symptom searchers, and offering second opinion for people who have multiple questions, and if they want any kind of an opinion based on their symptoms or treatment or diagnosis, I think it is important as a responsible brand to offer the correct information and give the responsibility of an informed decision making to the consumer. And the other preferred way of building up a marketing strategy or a partnership is to build a hub and spoke model in terms of feeder clinics or partners, which kind of helps you to connect with, to reach out to various market segments. And today, what we have realized that conventional print ads only help us in giving us brand visibility, but from a return on investment perspective, probably very, very low. But looking at the other end of the spectrum, the digital marketing initiatives are something which we are able to kind of see the power of the digital media and how it is connecting with people, how it is helping us to get the people into our treatment paradigm and offer sustainable or viable solutions, which is what they look for.
That's right. So wherever the consumers are spending more time, we have to find out a way to reach out to them so that you can show the right path to them to reach on to you. So with that, Mr. Saravanan, we are moving to a very interesting section of the show, which is a rapid fire round where you need to answer in one word or as minimum as one word. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is leadership for you?
Leadership to me is setting high standards and practicing what you preach.
Super. What is a book you are planning to read on?
The book that I'm currently reading is The CEO Next Door, written by Elena Bothwell and Kim Powell.
So, who has been a greatest influence on you?
Coming from healthcare, some of the organ transplant recipients, people who are almost dying, but when we see them with a fresh lease of life after an organ transplant, is something that has really inspired me.
Wow.
And that has on those days, my day has been made.
Super. Super. The real inspiration, the real influencers of the world.
Correct. Yeah.
What is the best thing that has happened to you this year?
The best thing that has happened to me this year is building collaborative partnerships with a lot of healthcare partners and providers and connecting with across the country. And we are not limited by geography anymore. So this has been the best thing that has happened post the pandemic.
And when are you most inspired?
When we create high impact strategies and when we find that whatever campaigns that we roll out has resulted in delighting the consumer, these are the most inspiring moments that you would wish for.
Yes, absolutely. Early in the morning or late in the night? What kind of person you are?
I'm a grounded person, but definitely early in the morning is when you're fresh, your thoughts are very vivid, and that helps you to kind of set the agenda for the entire day or for the week.
That's right. So, what is the best compliment you have ever received?
Genuine appreciation from the people whom you touch in various things. It could be a patient who seeks an appointment in your hospital. It could be a patient whom you're guiding in your hospital. It could be a patient whom you're hand-holding in your hospital. So when you get a genuine appreciation from the people that matters, I think that is what really touches me.
Awesome. What does creativity means to you?
For me, creativity is finding extraordinary solutions to ordinary problems.
Wow. What is an important lessons of life for someone?
In whichever business you're in, I think it is important to build trust. And it is important to demonstrate integrity as a way of life. These are two important lessons in life that I believe in, and these are two important lessons which I practice.
So we are out of the rapid fire round with that. And what would be your message for the aspiring brand managers, marketing managers, business owners, and startup owners in healthcare segment, Mr. Saravanan?
My message for the brand marketeers would be to set clear goals, dream big, and communicate your vision to all the stakeholders. Most often we find that we dream big, but we fail to communicate our vision. So as it is important that you not only dream big, but you also communicate your vision. And most importantly, it is very, very pertinent that we realize the power of teamwork. If we understand, I think these three mantras, I think it augurs well for anybody who wants to be in marketing or branding.
I think I have taken it for me as well, Mr. Saravanan. And a very strong point which you have just pointed out, communicate your vision to all your stakeholders. So, and thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for sharing all your insights. And it was just privileged. We are just privileged enough to have you here, Mr. Saravanan.
Thank you, Devleena. As I said, it's been an honor and a pleasure to kind of interact with you and share a little bit of insights from my experience and my passion to connect to people.